All right, squad. So 1090 Jake has responded. Let me put myself over here, shorty. 1090 Jake has responded and broke down exactly what happened and the deal with him and 6ix9ine getting into an argument about T Grizzly's paperwork. Shout out to 1090 Jake. Let's get into it.
T Grizzly basically got the guy that robbed him on the phone and recorded him admitting, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I could type that up and print it out right now and tell you.
So for everybody that don't know what's going on, do your homework.
FBI,
I'm gonna do the homework for you, shorty. I'm gonna give you answers to the test, shorty. So T Grizzly got his crib robbed by somebody in LA at his crib in LA. They saying, a lot of people saying that T Grizzly snitched on the dude who robbed him, and that's how the nigga ended up getting caught for the robbery. Cause he had a picture, he ended up finding out who it was on the street. They said T Grizzly put money on that nigga head in the streets, then found out who he was and picked him out of a lineup to the police. Now I don't know what type of crazy nigga you gotta be.
Get some help.
To put money on a nigga head and then snitch on him is crazy work. Do your homework.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
But yeah, that's the backstory,
it's
sure.
real. So it's like you've been locked up, right?
Yeah.
You've been locked up. We know you've been locked up. When you get your paperwork, right? The paperwork gets sent to you. You got your paperwork. If you're gonna mail your paperwork out because you want it to hit the streets, you gotta send it out through an envelope, right? That piece of paper don't have one crease in it. It looked like it came right out of the printer.
So watch this. 1090 Jake and I be lying, I'm flying. I know a lot of people who follow you in your fan base, a lot of, you know, ex-cons and shit like that. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I was in the feds, right? Got
you know what's funny is a lot of interviews that 6ix9ine does, he says that if I'm lying, I'm flying. If this ain't facts, this ain't. At 6ix9ine, I don't think you're known for lying. I think people's problem is the truth. You put out too much truth. I think that kind of falls into the whole snitching thing, is that you didn't.
FBI, open up!
He just called his ass the biggest snitch in the world.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He said, nobody think you lying, bro. We think you snitching. And in order to snitch, you gotta tell the truth. Do your homework.
Get understand and lie. You told nothing but the truth. But he be saying some shit though. It's just the fact that it's coming from him, people disregard it.
Yeah.
I was in the feds. You got Otisville, you got here, you got Fort Diggs, you got Canaan.
Y'all like my
road?
road,
You got
shorty?
Yazoo, right? You got Allenwood, you got all these. I was locked up where people walk the yard with fake paperwork, right or wrong. There's who go make their family print out fake paperwork, right? There's one sheet that you can't fake, and it's the Simpson minutes, right? Even forge their paperwork. So this is what I'm saying. If you in the yard, right? You in the USP, and there's walking yard with fake paperwork, right? Coming back on Rule 35s. You can't pick and choose what paperwork fake, what.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and this ain't even just because it's him. I've never heard of that. I was in state prison though. So like people weren't even checking paperwork. Like when I went from the county jail to prison, all the property I had, they threw out pictures of girls like that wrote me whatever letters. They dumped it all at reception. So you're not like landing with your paperwork. Like it's not like that in Florida State Prison. I wasn't in the feds.
Paper, because there's walking the yard right now on a USP.
That shit, I'm gonna be honest with you though. All this jail culture shit is stupid as fuck. Like, I'm sorry, bro. If the gang, like, okay, let's say it's 1,000 niggas in this jail. I don't understand why 1,000 people give a fuck about another nigga paperwork. Like, we all in, like, not we, because I don't want to, but y'all all in jail, bro. Like, shouldn't y'all just be focused on getting the fuck up out of here? Why do you care about what happened and who snitched in his case? He didn't snitch on you. Why the fuck do I care? If, like, you know what I'm saying, though? Like, gang, imagine you in jail giving a fuck about if another nigga snitched. Why do I care about what he did? We in jail, bro. Everybody in the motherfucking criminals, we all got caught, shorty. That's the only reason we in jail. Why do I care about him snitching on another nigga? That don't make no sense. The only reason I would care a little bit is because, okay, we in jail. I might have to sneak me a phone in here or something like that. So if you a snitch, I don't want to kick it around you. So it's good to know, but I don't give a damn. Like, for real. You think I really care that you snitched on the nigga, man? We all got caught at the end of the day, shorty. Somebody snitched on us. Was the police, the judge, motherfucker, somebody snitched on everybody here. That's why they doing the sentence.
Walking them yards with fake paperwork. So like I said,
But see, I've never been in the feds, right? So the only thing I can do is I can look at that. That's somewhere in California. And from what I know, I don't know how it is in every city, but in Los Angeles, you can't get an arrest report unless you're the victim or the one that got booked. So for this dude to say, yeah, because I DM'd him, I'm like, hey, this.
And I know that because I've requested criminal cases from Los Angeles County.
Okay.
You can't get an arrest report unless you're the person that got arrested or unless you're the victim. Now, the guy that put the paperwork out, I forget his name. We're not even going to bring him up on the screen because he ended up deleting the post. But the guy that put the paperwork out and said it's real, technically he would have access to it. According to, you know, if that's how it is, you have to be the person arrested or the victim. But I'm still not going for it. I'm going to show y'all the paperwork in a second.
Real? He's like, yeah, it's real. But then he deleted the post that he put up when he posted the paperwork. So my thing is this. If homie's locked up and he's the only one that can get the work because he's in there, he would have to mail that out. That paper looked like it just got printed out. It doesn't have any signatures. It doesn't have any.
now let me ask you something. Yo, is he convicted yet? Or he fighting it?
I have no idea.
All right. So if he's not convicted yet, this is what I'm saying. We love giving the benefit of the doubt to our favorite rappers, right? But if he's not convicted and he was to put out saying, yo, this righted, they're going to hit him with another charge called witness tampering. You know that, right? So why
I get that.
Is a possibility. So my thing as of now, right, we only talking about this because
fresh cut.
So what he's trying to say is, if dude hasn't been convicted yet and he's still locked up for this case, and he exposes T Grizzly and the situation, you know, isn't fake, why hasn't he been hit with a witness tampering for doing this, right?
Right.
If he mailed the piece of paper out to somebody else and they exposed it, because I was sent the paper not by 6ix9ine originally, by somebody else.
Yeah.
Then 6ix9ine jumped in my DM with it. He wouldn't get hit with a witness tampering because he himself didn't drop it. Like, you're not the blogs. You know what I'm saying? You sent that out. They did it though. That's not gonna get you a witness tampering. Witness tampering would be like a direct contact or having your homeboy threaten them, something along those lines. But let me show y'all the paperwork and why I feel like it isn't legit. So this right here is the piece of paper that's in question.
I get what he's saying though. See, I'm not a jailbird nigga, so I don't be knowing, folks. To be honest with you, I got locked up a few times. Never did no time. Longest I've been in jail was fucking probably like 16, 18 hours or something like that. But oh, that good check just came in. But I see why he could think this is fake, because anybody could type this shit up. Like, you know what I mean? Any person on the universe could just type this on Microsoft Word or Google Word or whatever, Google Docs, and print it out. Like he said, there's no signatures on here, nothing like that. But the way it was worded when I first reacted to it, it don't sound weird and fake. It sounds kind of official. Like whoever did it, if it is fake, they definitely did their homework.
At the very top, it says Devonshire Police Department, Los Angeles, Hamilton, and it just has a number. It says investigation report. It gives another number with some letters, February 7, 2024. On or about 9/28/22, I, Detective Hamilton, received this case to investigate a residential burglary. Blank was burglarized. Entry was made by shattering the rear sliding glass window. The thief made off with $1 million cash, jewelry, and multiple expensive handbags. On February 17, 2024, I met with homeowner Terry Wallace and Maisha Agnew for a follow-up investigation due to newly discovered evidence. Mr. Wallace, who's T Grizzly, stated his home was targeted on the day of his engagement wedding. Mr. Wallace is a musician with the stage name T Grizzly. I began by providing Mr. Wallace.
It's a few folds on here though, on like the corners and shit. Like it don't look like it's freshly printed off of, like he just printed it out. It don't look like that. It look like, you know, it's a few little, I can see maybe like a few little stains or something, like, so it looked like it's been through, like somebody's grabbed it, or you know what I'm saying? But it don't look like it definitely wasn't in the envelope. So I don't know if they shipped that shit in one of them little y'all know them envelope boxes you can put paper in and keep it straight when you ship it, but you ain't gotta bend it though.
The 6-pack lineup to see if he was able to identify any suspects. Mr. Wallace, okay. So we have a slight, the periods after Mr. are spaced for some reason. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, real paperwork has plenty of fuck ups. Like cops aren't good at this shit. But this is what I'm saying, right? I guess I'll read the rest of it just so I can understand the context that 6ix9ine is trying to provide.
Right.
Mr. Wallace stated he doesn't know Johnson personally, but Johnson bragged about breaking into the Wallace's residence.
Right.
I then provided Mr. Wallace a photograph of Johnson and 2 unknown male figures.
Right.
On what seems to be a FaceTime call, Mr. Wallace informed me that he got Johnson to admit his role in the burglary. Mr. Wallace then provided me with video from security cameras which showed an unknown assailant exiting the rear of the residence. The assailant had on a black and white hooded sweatshirt. Mr. Wallace then provided me with a photograph of what seemed to be Johnson via the Instagram account Shooter Gang, standing on a dark gray colored SUV wearing the black and white hooded sweatshirt. I then provided Mr. Wallace a link to www.evidence.com to upload the photographs and videos. I then asked Mr. Wallace if he had any.
Now, the reason, like sometimes when a motherfucker lie, you would think they telling the truth, even if they lying, or if somebody telling the truth though. Sometimes you'll know they telling the truth because they got details. You feel me? Like these is details at the end of the day, gang. Like if the case, I don't know if this person is I don't know if he got sentenced or if the case is over, if they had trial, I don't know. But I will tell you that if it come out publicly that this motherfucker will have. You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a cup of coffee and BAM! You're tangled in a pile of boxes because the shelf is broken. And just like that, I realized sometimes accidents at work are more than just funny stories. They can actually change everything. Trying to handle a workplace injury on your own, it's like trying to fix the broken shelf yourself. More chaos, more headaches, and it's no guarantee that you'll get what you deserve. You got paperwork, insurance calls, and someone always telling you to wait. It's enough to make you wish you had a secret weapon. But here's the thing, there's a team of people that fights for people just like you. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has been winning cases when everybody else said it couldn't be done. In Florida, someone got $12 million after a work accident, even though the insurance was ready to offer just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a worker was awarded $26 million, which was 40 times the initial offer. These are not just numbers. They're real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, like a legal squad ready to jump into action. Yeah. They've recovered over $25 billion for clients. And they have a long history of helping workers get what they're owed. Because when you're injured at work, you shouldn't have to go at it alone. You can just click the link below or the QR code that's on your screen. No endless waits or confusing forms. Just a quick way to start protecting your rights today. So if you had an accident on the job, do not risk doing it alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan, because even in the toughest workplace accidents, a strong team makes all the difference. And trust me, there's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's because they fight for the people just like you. A white t-shirt, black, whatever the case is, you feel me? And all this little shit that, like, it gotta be some type of truth to the paperwork if these little details is right. And if the details is wrong, then we know it's cap.
Any questions for me? Mr. Wallace stated he didn't have any more questions
Yeah,
for me.
we
So
know.
I ended my investigation as I didn't have any further questions for Mr. Wallace at this time. To me, this comes off as a motherfucker that's read some paperwork, that's trying to put something together that sounds like paperwork. And this is why I say it. On arrest reports, investigation reports that I've seen, there isn't just going to be a number. It's going to say what this number is. Case number, arrest number, investigation number. It's going to be titled something. This isn't.
I got you.
Now, it's got 2 lines here and a line here and a line here. It just seems like somebody just did this shit on Microsoft Word, bro. Like, this doesn't look like paperwork that would be sent. And let me see if I can pull up something.
Maybe it could be like I'm just playing devil's advocate. Maybe it could be like the actual police officer's report. Like maybe somebody in LA know the nigga or something like that, or maybe something like that. I don't know.
I can show you from, let's say, like a case of mine, in which you can see how this seems a little bit different. Okay. So this video is something I dropped 6 years ago about the second time or the first time I was arrested after getting out of prison. I got charged with armed assault with intent to rob, assault with a dangerous weapon by means of a firearm. Now, this is the search warrant, right?
Okay.
And just looking, like, mind you, the other thing is an investigative report, but this is the search warrant. It has a docket number. It has the name of the person that, the detective, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Now, when we go through, you got all these things that just look a lot more official. Like, you know what I'm saying? Date issued first.
But to be fair, though, it would be just as easy. Where we at? 1441? It would be just as easy to do this as it would be to do this. You feel me? Like, this ain't hard to copy and fake either. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if I really wanted to fake some paperwork, I could do this shit just as easy, shorty. Like, I could just go to Google Docs, go to Microsoft Word, make this look pretty much the same, type the same shit in the boxes with the dates. Like, it's still this type of shit is easy to fake regardless. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the only thing I can say about that.
That's the thing. Like, you're looking for, like, look at this. Signature of person making search, date and time of search, sworn signature. There's just so much more information on this. And then this is the in support of application for the search warrant. You're affiant Patrick Brown and has been sworn in. It has to give his whole fucking background on who the cop is and why he's valid. And then all these blackouts were from me, just so, because I was literally living in this apartment when I dropped this video.
Okay, got you.
Just the entire thing looks different. So now going back to this piece of paper and again looking
at Jake's
ink,
name? Jacob Cherry. Jacob Cherry. 94. Okay, so Jake, what is Jake? 4 years older than me?
Looks
so he's 31.
Different. So now going back to this piece of paper and again looking at it, like, all right, boom. When you go to prison, you get manila envelopes, right? But you got to go to whatever, law library. I never went in there because I never needed to, right? When you're in the county jail, you get envelopes. I'm sure you could request a manila envelope, but why would you request it for just this piece of paper? Normally, you would just fold this up, right? This thing has one little mark in the corner of it.
He got one at the bottom,
That's
too.
it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know, bro. Like, somebody just take this and put it in the chat GPT what font this is. And find out what font they like. There's so many. It just doesn't look real to me. The fact that T Grizzly never even responded to it, and then the guy that posted it, Shooter Gang, this dude right here, the guy that originally posted it, deleted it.
Shooter Gang. Who the hell is Shooter Gang? Is that the nigga that got locked up for the robbery?
I'm just not going for it. I don't think this is real whatsoever. I think this was a poor attempt because if this happened in 2022. I don't know when this dude got arrested, but let's say it's February 7th, like this is dated. This would have been got pushed out. Why is it getting pushed out now, months later? This would have been the first piece of paper he got. Your investigation report, arrest report, incident report, whatever. this would have immediately got pushed. And if you wanted to validate it that much, dude could have had his lawyer come out and be like, yeah, that's real. T Grizzly really has my client in a fucking situation. None of that happened. So I'm not going for this paperwork being real. T Grizzly a snitch, none of that. But that wasn't the end of the DMs or the conversation me and 6ix9ine had in our DM. That was just the conversation between Trap Lord Ross and 6ix9ine and bringing me in for T Grizzly. We jumped off the phone and they continued on. But if you want to take a closer look at the DMs, 6ix9ine DM me October 22nd and said, your man T Grizzly with the paperwork. And I said, they gonna skip it. Now, if you've been paying attention, I'm a huge fan of Vlad TV. We're friends off camera too, and I'm a returning guest. So I always watch Vlad when I'm eating, when I'm doing whatever. Yeah. And I've been watching the 6ix9ine interviews. And the number one thing that 6ix9ine is saying when he's saying something skip that's this too much facts is they gonna skip it because it's him. It doesn't matter if the sky is blue. If 6ix9ine says it's blue, people are gonna disregard it. And I actually agree. That's literally what people do.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's because it's 6ix9ine and he snitched, right? So I said, they gonna skip it. He said, nah, make a video on that. No picking and choosing. I'll repost on my story. Now, I don't know if 6ix9ine has me confused because in my career, I haven't done too much picking and choosing, right? When I dropped the paperwork defending Rollo, people didn't like that. They thought I got paid off. When I dropped the paperwork showing Bandman Kevo didn't snitch and 16 shot him, didn't have a weird conviction, they didn't like that because they just want me to nonstop attack somebody's character until it's someone they like. Yeah. And when I do it to someone they like,
they don't like
then
you no
it's
more.
a situation.
I honestly, bro, I give 1090 Jake his credit on that. You feel me? Him and Trap Lord Ross, they have their own style of journalism, but they take it serious to the point where they don't just put out bullshit or they don't just attack people. They pretty fair for the most part. Like, I haven't really seen them like not like a nigga or be into it with somebody and just overly push like a narrative on. Like, I ain't necessarily ever seen that.
I think Young Thug snitched. I think he said too fucking much and
I think Young Thug
but
snitched.
I didn't think he snitched, right? That was the main difference.
And if Young Thug didn't snitch, then neither did Gunna. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say about that shit. But y'all know that.
So
how I feel about
6ix9ine says no picking and choosing. I'll repost on my story, but then he sends me more case shit, right, on somebody else. So now he's talking about Mel Murder, and he said, your man Mel Murder got 11 years by the feds. We got locked up November 18th, 2018. He just came home this year, 2025 in August. Only served 6 years. How do you explain that? What's 85% of that? He's talking about 11 and a quarter years, right? Which actually, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me neither. So what I said, how these dudes, my mans, I wasn't Billy, meaning I was never BBA. I was never 9 Trey. I was never Treyway. I don't know who Mel Murder is. I was pushing a whole different, whatever. I knew different people. I really didn't associate with the Billies like that because in Florida, the politics are a little different than New York versus New York. Everyone's kind of closer together, but that wasn't my experience. So it's like, how are these dudes? I don't know T Grizzly either. Right. But I said, LOL, that Grizzly shit looked tight though. They got to come with something better than that. Can't request LA paperwork either. 6ix9ine said, how you come home in 6. So he's not even talking about T Grizzly. He's talking about Mel Murder. I said, I don't know how that Fed shit go because they got the drug programs reducing shit too. I thought it was only 85%.
6ix9ine is one of them niggas. In fact, I would never, let me be honest with you. I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. I would never DM another grown-ass man telling him about what another grown-ass man did. I don't give a fuck what he did, okay? I don't give a damn. I'm damn sure not finna DM a nigga be like, look, he snitched. He snitched, look. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? But 6ix9ine want everybody to know that everybody snitched because everybody know that he snitched. So he trying to, that's the only reason he even give a damn.
He said it's only 85%, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And he keeps going. So what I want to do is, I actually want to get to the bottom of what he's talking about. I want to see if 6ix9ine
Oh,
really is
shit.
speaking facts like he says he is, because I've heard some of the things he says, and a lot of it I've actually agreed with, which is crazy. And there's some things I haven't. You know, 6ix9ine says he was a full-blown member of Blood, but I know that he knows, and he knows that I know
Blood.
he was never actually jumped in. He never took his 31, right? That's a main part of becoming a Blood. But there's a lot of people in New York that never did that neither. That's why there's a whole lot of politicians in the gangs of dudes that's been Blood for 20 years but never had to eat.
And that's why I never joined the gang, guys. Because how the fuck you? What do I sound? What do I look like? You think I'm finna conform to the way of life that y'all want me to live and get jumped in and all this dumbass shit, and then I gotta run around and bang on? Like, man, that shit, I always been lame as hell to me. Like, I'm finna do me, shorty. If motherfucker don't like it, motherfucker don't like it. Then, like, you feel me? That was my attitude growing up. Like, if you don't like it, it's just gonna go down. Then I guess, you feel me? But I'm not joining no gang. I ain't never came out, and I don't give a damn what was going on outside, how old I was, none of that shit. I had homies that was GD. I had homies that was BD. I had homies that was Stone. I had homies from the east side. I had homies from the west side. I had homies from everywhere. You feel me? Like, I wasn't on there, I'm finna be this, a Blood, a Crip, a GD, I wasn't on none of that shit, for like, at all. And I wish a nigga would talk about something. Yeah, you gotta get jumped in or you ain't official. So I gotta let a nigga beat the shit out of me so I can run around and claim that I'm Blood. Like, I don't give a damn that much. I don't understand why anybody do either. That shit's always
even
been weird.
Swing a fist to do anything, you know. They just know everybody and they try to network and politic their way out of shit. And when people start getting beat up, shot, robbed, stabbed, and whatever, they just disappear. And they come back when everything cools down. So I want to know if 6ix9ine is speaking facts about Mel Murder. And if y'all want the video on Mel Murder and how he got out early from prison, y'all let me know. Jump in the comments section. DM me on Instagram. But how I'm feeling lately is I want to start dropping a lot again. How I was. And bear with me. Let me get the mic figured out, because this is a Shure SM7B. This is supposed to be the best mic they got. I just don't know how to fucking use it yet. So it's like I got to figure out the audio to this, to that, because the mic I was using is over there. It's this big.
Right.
It's like a little thing with a big puffy thing, like a little fucking little labubu, a little 42 Doug on the end. Y'all want me to get it? Let me see if I can.
About the Labubu 42 Doug, bro. Y'all
This the mic I used for like the last 4 years.
Oh, you got the Rode mic, the little Go mic, nigga? Damn.
This. I don't even know how much this thing costs. I think it's like $30 or something. And it comes with its own little labubu. This was a labubu before the labubus. You just pop it on the end of it, slap it.
That should go to show you this nigga got 1 million subscribers. He got 1 million subscribers. Let me see. What he doing a week? Oh, it say it's not available. How many views he getting a week? There you go. All right, 250K a week, and he ain't posted nothing but 3-4 times this week. In the last 4 days. He got, how many views he got total? 273 million views and 676 videos. With a fucking $30 mic. That should go to show you some shit, bro. Shit.